Hello, viewers of Night of the Batman. I am your host, Alex Ramsey, with another review. Okay, as you know, or if this is your first time watching these, as you don't know, I'll explain it anyway. I'm going to be doing 5 Days of Night, which is a segment I'm doing now, which I'll review 5 Batman fan films. I've already reviewed one. I put that one up yesterday. If you haven't seen it yet, it's called Batman Nightwing. If you haven't watched that yet, it's pretty good, the fan film. I did an in-depth review on it. I hope you guys watch that. And I'm here to do my second one on the list. I'll be doing this from 1 to 5 since it's 5 Days of Night. The second one on the list is Batman City of Scars. Now, like I said before, and I'll say again, the numbering on this list is no indication of quality. It's just how I thought in my mind, the order that I should review them. Okay, so number 2, City of Scars. Now, before I start with the summary and everything, let me just give you some background on this. This is directed and written by Aaron Schnoke. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Schnoke, whatever. Anyway, he has a history with directing Batman fan films. Before this, he had done Patient J, which is it's a story centered around the Joker, where he's getting interviewed by a psychologist and tells about his past experiences, and it shows through flashback. That one's really good. I like that one a lot. But also, an interesting note is that the same guy, I didn't know this until I looked it up on the credits, the same guy that does Joker in that movie does Joker in this movie, and you could never really tell, really. Like, I looked and I was like, oh yeah, you can kind of see it now, because the way the Joker looked in Patient J and the way he looks in this are two completely different things. The character design is different, and the other one, he had, like, in Patient J, he had, like, prosthetics and stuff to make him look closer to his comic counterpart. In this one, he's kind of like his own thing, which we'll get to also. Yeah, so City of Scars, he had done a whole bunch of fan films before this and become pretty popular. He's one of the most well-known fan film makers. He's been interviewed, and as I understand it, his father does the music for his videos, which is pretty cool. This one had an extremely high budget. This, like, I think it was the highest budget, I'm not sure the exact number, but it was the highest budget pretty much ever of a fan film, and it shows with the visual quality and how everything just looks really good. It was filmed in HD, and the costumes in this are amazing. The visual quality of it, you can tell where the money went, and it was towards the visuals because they look great. It's like some of the best costumes and just design that I've seen associated with a fan film, probably ever. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about the story, which I'll get to on the cons. So let me just start out with a brief summary, since I've basically filled you guys in. Okay, so it starts out with Batman. He's talking about Victor Zsasz and how he has to put him on hold because the Joker escaped Arkham again, and it's told through flashback of him attacking this nurse and giving her laughing gas, and the effects of it are pretty creepy. This movie, just in general, is very dark, and also, just like viewer discretion, this might be scarier for some of 5 younger viewers out there. This might disturb you a little bit. This is a very dark, almost like a horror movie type level Batman, which I like, but I think in certain places the director took it too far. And I'll get to that later too. But anyway, so he's going after the Joker, and apparently he killed the councilman's wife and abducted the the husband and his son. And during all this, Batman goes to try and find out where the boy is because he has no idea. And actually ends up fighting Zsasz, and before this he had interrogated Harley Quinn, and she had sent him to where the ventriloquist club was, which I thought was pretty cool. He just sort of shows up in the dance room, like all of a sudden, like during this fight or something, everyone's dancing. All of a sudden, you see Batman standing there. I half expecting him to just start like breaking out, like dancing or something, like the old Adam West TV show. I'm kidding, of course, but that would have been awesome. Yeah, so he questions the ventriloquist, and Scarface in this looks really cool. Like the puppet that they use, everything about this movie, like they got, for the most part, they got all the costumes look amazing. The actors do really well. Most of them do. Some of them not so much. The guy that does the ventriloquist does a really good job. He looks like I would picture the ventriloquist, and he just plays him very well. And also the whole Scarface thing, he does that well too. And so Batman holds one of those slicers over Scarface and finds out where the Joker is. And so apparently the Joker's going to go to this carnival with this kid. And before that, though, we get him killing the dad of this kid that he abducted with his acid flower, which it's filmed in a weird way where it looks like he's peeing on him or something, which is, I guess, kind of funny. Yeah, and so pretty much after that, he goes back into what looks like a pedophile ice cream truck. Anyway, one of the parts that I really like is when he opens up he's talking about ice cream and like what kind of the kid might like. The kid's tied up in the back, and as he's reaching in to get some ice cream, you see a dead frozen body in there. I thought that was a nice touch. That's pretty cool. And so after that, they end up at the carnival. Now, the Joker's walking around with a zebra mask. This was touched on earlier when he left a bloody note at Arkham that said something about a zebra eating the lions, like it escaped from the zoo, challenged the lion and bit its head off, basically. And he touches on this a lot. He's wearing a zebra mask, walking around a carnival, and no one recognizes him. But this isn't it. This isn't the icing on the cake yet. I love this fan film. I'm just having fun with it. I'm not really putting it down that much. I just find this funny. So he gets with what we think is the kid onto the Ferris wheel. The little guy, the midget guy that runs it, lets him in, and he goes around once on it, takes off the mask, gets off the ride, leaves the kid on there. The guy doesn't seem to recognize him. I don't know if he's working with him. We're never really told that. And just starts walking around the carnival, and no one stops him. I mean, I'm sorry, but we saw police earlier. Where are they when Joker is just strolling around there? And the crowd doesn't even seem to react. They just sort of just walk like, oh, nothing's wrong or something. The Joker, the guy that is a psychopathic murderer, is walking around the carnival, and I'm sorry, this is a huge plot hole, and it just like kind of took me out of the movie a lot. You're telling me the Joker, a psychopathic murderer who just escaped from an asylum, is walking around and nobody stops him? Well, that is until Batman shows up and they start fighting. And they fight, and the kids are actually like, these kids gather around and actually like fight, like encouraging it and stuff. Batman sees that, and he asks where the boy is, which that I kind of like that a little bit, but it's just kind of weird. I mean, you wouldn't like, I don't know. It's just that was kind of bizarre to me that they would be encouraging that instead of running away from that. It was just like it felt like a high school fight or something. Like, it didn't seem like you never see that in other superhero movies. There's a lot of stuff you never see in other superhero movies that are in fan films, but sometimes they're good and sometimes they're bad. And it's just really a nitpick, really. So anyway, after that, he goes over to the Ferris wheel, finds out that the boy is not even there. That thing with the boy was like when he brought him up, he was wearing like a hood, like the Joker brought him onto the ride. So it's actually a bomb. There's a bunch of fireworks going off. It's 4th of July. So he shoots the thing up, it explodes. People start running. Yeah, and Joker in the middle of this all this confusion and stuff, escapes with the kid in the back, and Batman fights the carnival. Not the carnival dude, but the little midget guy that's attending the rides. And I don't know if he was supposed to be working for the Joker. Again, we were never really told. The little guy just starts randomly fighting him when he tried to get the boy off at first, and then a little bit later on too. I was like, I guess it's just like they need to explain things more. I mean, they don't have to spell things out for us, but a little bit of an explanation would be nice. Just, you don't even have to really do much of anything. Just say, this is his sidekick, or, hey, I'm going to go do this, you're working with me, or something. I mean, you don't have to spell it out, but give us some sort of indication, because if you don't, we don't know what is going on. And I'm not trying to nitpick here, I'm just saying, this is an awesome movie, though. I know I sound like I'm hating on it. I like this movie. It's just, I like it so much that the problems in it just kind of bug me a little bit. And I'll get to that later, too. Anyway, so Batman gets on his motorcycle, which is pretty cool. I mean, like, the whole design of it, it looks pretty awesome. It's got a little bat symbol on the front and lights up whenever he drives it. I thought that was pretty cool. So he speeds after. This is interspersed with him, with the kid and the Joker. Apparently, the kid got hold of one of the guns, and the Joker has his play gun. He tells the one that has bullets in it, but then has the one that says "BAM" on it. You guys know what I'm talking about. So he tells the boy, give him back that gun's fake. In the middle of this, Batman's speeding up. He throws batarangs at the Joker's arm, and the kid ends up shooting. Like, the Joker shoots to the ground, I think. The shot was kind of weird. And the kid shoots the Joker, and the Joker just sort of dies. Yeah, he just sort of dies. And so after that, the police pick him up and everything. They finally show up from whatever they were doing. I know they were doing the whole forensics thing, but you think they would be there to... Never mind. Get to it later. So the final thing is him talking about how the Joker's death was anticlimactic. It goes through a few shots of his girlfriend Harley and all that stuff, and talks about how maybe he should have done that, and if he had faced Joe Chill, would he have killed him? And it just sort of ends on that. Now, it's pretty long. It's about 30 minutes. I like this. I think it's really good. Maybe not as... I liked it more on the first viewing than I did on the second one. I was more just blown away by how visually it looked. I guess I'll go right to the pros right away. Okay, the pros. Now, this movie is amazing. Like I said earlier, the visual quality, the just everything. It was filmed in HD. The costumes are great. Batman's costume sort of has like the symbol is different. It's sort of like Nolan's Batman symbol, except it's chopped up into pieces, and it looks like his comic book, like the one he wears in the comic books a little bit. Like it is tights, I'm pretty sure. The mask is pretty cool. I like the mask. It's that costume just in general is awesome. I like how I like his utility belt. Everything about the costumes, especially Batman's in particular, and the gadgets he uses are amazing. You won't hear any complaints about me from that, but those are awesome. That's like he jumped from the comic pages, how good that looks and how his gadgets look and just how he looks in general. This guy looks, the guy that plays him, I'm not sure what his name is, but he looks like Batman. He sounds like Batman. This guy's awesome. And in my understanding, he's played Batman in a few of the other ones before this. But yeah, the costume and everything, like he's really awesome. I like the scene where he's Bruce and he's going to Crime Alley where his parents died. He drives up and drops the flowers there. I thought that was pretty cool, and how it interspersed between him training and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool, like him in the cave. That was awesome. I just like certain things like that. I mean that was really cool. Just how it showed his the tragedy of his parents dying, which other people have done before too. This guy really looks like Bruce Wayne though. I mean, he's really cool. I like him. He was one of the best parts of this movie. I guess next we'll go to the next big player of this, the Joker. The guy looks, I like his design, like the costume and everything. I like how he looks. It's just the actor. I don't know what happened. He was so good in the Patient J movie, but in this he was just so bizarre. He was so weird. Like, I don't know what happened. I'll get more to that in the cons, but seriously. I mean, I liked his costume and just certain aspects of him, but come on, man. I liked Victor's ass, like some of the just like I liked him. He was pretty cool. Just having him as that cameo fighting Batman, like how they had like the scars too, like in the comic books. That was awesome. Like I said before, I like Scarface and Ventriloquist. I thought how the dummy looked was really cool. Like it looked like it was its own thing. It wasn't exactly like the comics. Of course, they do draw it differently. And to be fair, I haven't really seen much of the comics Ventriloquist. He's not, to my understanding, not that popular of a character. But the way they did him was really cool. I enjoyed that, and also I liked the guy that played both roles really cool. Yeah, I mean, he was just he pulled off the ventriloquist sort of shyness and the other side of the Scarface, like his insane side that he doesn't let out, or he associates with a whole different person in his mind. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, Harley, we'll save her for the cons. Yeah, just the design and everything. If this movie was just based on visuals, it would be 5 stars. But there are certain flaws to it. I mean, no movie, whether fan film or film, has ever been perfect. This one is great. I mean, I know I'm bringing it down a lot, but that's because I like it so much. I like to just like some of those parts just keep it from being amazing. Okay, the cons. Okay, like what I said earlier about the Joker. Seriously, man, what happened? The guy that played him in Patient J, he played him good. Like some people said he was similar to Mark Hamill, but he sort of made it his own thing. He was the comic book Joker to me, like a sort of like a blend of them, and he pulled off, like he had to do different sort of versions of the Joker in different time periods because there's a bunch of flashbacks. He pulled those off. He was he was pretty great as the Joker. I liked him in that. What happened in this, man? I don't know if this was just like a direction the director took, but he would do these weird things, like he would go from like a deep voice like this to a high pitched voice like this, and it was just weird. Like he would talk to himself and like he'd go back and forth and do stuff like that, and the whole, I'm sorry, but the whole zebra and the lion thing, that made no sense. I don't know if that's just supposed to say, hey, he's crazy, so whatever, but that was, I'm sorry, that was stupid. Yeah, they got the Joker, like there was parts of him I like I could see like glimpses of how he was in the comics. I'm not saying he has to be exactly like the comics, but this one was just out there. He was weird. Oh man. Next I'll talk about Harley. Okay, Harley. I'll be honest. It's not that the girl that played Harley was a bad actor. I'd seen her in Patient J, and she was okay in that. I'm not really a huge fan of Harley to begin with, so. And then she was like, they played her up as some crazy lunatic that was all psycho and stuff for the Joker, and was like just like out of it. Like it was a complete departure from how she is in the animated series, and also just how she is in the Arkham games. I mean, this was completely different from how she is, and that's not necessarily a good thing. I understand they're trying to make it dark and more serious, but she was just like way too just like crazy and loony for me. I mean, it was kind of just like they took it too far with her. They could have done like how she is in the comics. They didn't have to make her all crazy and psycho. They could have toned that down a little bit. It would have been fine, but they went like completely in the opposite direction. I know I keep comparing these two, and they're two completely different entities into themselves, but the Patient J movie and this one, Patient J, she was a lot closer. I mean, a lot closer to the comics and the animated series. She even dressed exactly the same as she was in the animated series, and her character was very similar to how it is in the animated series. I'm not saying it has to be exactly like that, but what they did with her was took a cool, interesting character and just made her dark, like another psycho in this movie, and I didn't like it. They addressed this, but the ending, okay, the ending. Yeah, Joker just kind of gets shot and dies. Yeah, they address this as anticlimactic, but he just gets shot and he dies. Kind of like a stupid death, really. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about his death. Is stupid. He got shot. I know it raised this question to Batman at the end, but really, he would. It's just, I hate when people think that. I'm not criticizing this director. I love the fan films he does, but I hate when people think that killing off a character, especially like a villain, would make the story better, when most of the times it doesn't. Like, they did this in Tim Burton's Batman. They killed off, like, oh, well, Batman's been killing people off left and right. You might as well just kill the Joker at the end. And, yeah. That was stupid. What I said earlier about the Joker walking through the circus, a whole crowd of people, and all he has on is a mask. No other disguise. He just has on a mask, and the rest of his outfit is exactly the same. You can even see his white hands. And then he just takes off the mask, and for a while, no one even says anything. People just walk around like, oh, it's the Joker. He's having fun at the circus. I mean, come on, man. He's just walking around, and people don't react to that. I'm pretty sure if Charles Manson took a stroll around any public area, that there'd be a lot of people running from him. They wouldn't just be like strolling, like, oh hey, look, it's Charles Manson. Hey, what's up, buddy? That just really bugged me. I know that's just like a minor gripe, but that kind of, like, I was thinking that in the back of my head the whole time as he walked around. And the story really, besides the ending, is people have called it cliched, and they're right. I mean, it's a fan film, so I'll give it that. And it's a really, really good fan film. I enjoy it, but it does have its fair shares, like anything, of problems. Yeah, Joker escapes Arkham is basically like, yeah, that's the biggest Batman cliche pretty much ever. Yeah. I guess he's come up with more original stuff besides that. I mean, but that's just and how that kid's parents getting killed is sort of kind of similar, but not really, to how Bruce's parents died. Because here's the difference here. Joe Chill, I know there's similarities to this, but Joe Chill basically stopped them and trying to mug them and ended up killing them. Joker killed one of them, broke into their house, killed one of them, and then took the father and the son hostage, and then just offed the dad and carried the son around tied up in the back. That's completely different. That kid, at the end, I'm not surprised that he shot him, really, after going through that. Bruce's experience was a little bit different. I know they're trying to draw on similarities to his story and this kid's story. And that's not really a nitpick or complaint. That's just me sort of looking at the story. Yeah, I guess I've said pretty much what I have to. If it was just based solely on visuals right now, this would, on my 1 to 5 scale, would get a 5 out of 5. But some of those flaws I mentioned earlier gives it, I'll give it a 3.8 out of 5 stars, which means it was pretty good. Yeah, some of those issues I mentioned earlier and some of those plot holes really keep it from going up. The visuals in this are amazing, and I advise you to check it out. Like, the story's nothing new, really, but overall the visuals and just how, like, everything looks is great. I just wish there was more story behind it. But I really do like this. It's a really good fan film. You guys should check it out. I know I had a lot of complaints, but it's just because I like this one a lot. And yeah, there are. It has its problems. Any movie pretty much has its problems. So I guess that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're new to Night of the Batman, I'd appreciate if you like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for my next review, which will be Batman Dead End. Okay? You guys have an awesome day. Thank you for listening to this review.